I figured why not do a rant video here and something I haven't done in a while, but figured why not? Because it's come to that point, where I know I'm not alone, that, we're fed up with Hollywood. And I know someone's going to say, well, you've talked about this before, you've tackled this topic, you've hammered on Hollywood before, not just me, my friends up here, we've done videos in the past, when it comes to this topic, but it's a dead horse that, yeah, we've beaten to death, but it keeps coming back up, like Jason. Like it's the final chapter, but it's not. That's Hollywood, is that they just keep coming back. And this never-ending path of destruction when it comes to properties, franchises, characters we love. I mean, when you look back in recent years, just to give out some examples of properties that we have seen being thrown under the bus, whether it be Terminator, uh, Star Wars, Star Trek, Alien, Predator, Ghostbusters, and that 2016 reboot, Ninja Turtles, the two films that we got, the 2014 film in which Michael Bay had a hand in. I know someone's going to say, well, he didn't direct, but he still had a hand in that movie. The 2014 film is garbage, and the state of that franchise, and other reboots and remakes. And now we're seeing this again with He-Man. We all know what's happening with that. I can't say I grew up with He-Man. That's probably a couple of years before I was born. So I'm not going to sit here and talk about the franchise when I don't know too much about it or the characters. I do have the movie with Dolph Lundgren, but even then, I haven't seen that. I know I'm behind. Like a lot of movies, I'm behind on. Add that to the list. But again, it's just this constant thing of, let's dangle nostalgia, out in front of, because it's like, the analogy of, let's use nostalgia and that's the bait. Like a worm on a hook. And we're the dumb little fish that falls for it every time. We go for that bait, that nostalgia bait, because it looks good and, we get hooked in, we get reeled in and filleted. And that happens every time. Nostalgia is a trap. And they use nostalgia, as a way to, bait and switch, with these movies now and all these properties and characters that we love, either being thrown under the bus or being killed off or, let's make it seem like, we're doing something good, but we're going to trick people. We're going to trick audiences. We're going to trick fans. And they say but they act like that we're critical, we're toxic, what have you. Maybe there's a reason why that we have been outspoken in recent years about this. And yes, you're going to have fans out there. I guess it's hard to say that, it's hard to say they are fans, but you're going to have certain nutcases that, whether it be on Twitter, Facebook, whatever platform, YouTube, that are trolls, that, want that attention, that they have to spend so many hours a day, tagging filmmakers, directors, actors. Yet those are the people that are always looking to start something that they, definitely need help. And again, I can't really say they're fans. They're just people that just want to stir the pot for the sake of stirring the pot. I'm not part of that crowd. But at the same time, again, kind of how what I said in the beginning, it's gotten to that point where, we're fed up and there's no end in sight and no one's taking accountability. It's that they feel, they feel shielded by these properties and no one's taking basic responsibility for the garbage they're putting out and how, they want to, take these, again, properties and characters, throw them under the bus or, use as a way to, pump up politics and what have you. And yes, that could be a topic of itself. But again, it's just, there's no end in sight. It just keeps getting worse. Via the reboots, the remakes. I understand nostalgia is king, but again, it's nostalgia baiting. It's just a bear trap in the woods, and you get little pieces of candy on the bear trap. Whatever candy, food you want to use. I mean, they could be Reese's Pieces for all I care. And we're just little ETs, going for that Reese's Pieces, and we get caught up in the bear trap. I know I just used ET there as a lame analogy, but, that's the case here, is that we're falling for nostalgia every time because we see, hey, look at that. They're able to bring back this character, this property. They're able to bring back Star Wars, Terminator, Star Trek, Predator, Alien. But how many times have we been there, where they've fucked it up? Look at Terminator, Genesis, for example. Let's rip off Back to the Future 2, and it's a shitty film. Arnold's embarrassing in the film. Terminator Dark Fate, don't even get me started on that. I know someone's going to say, which is worse? I don't know. I honestly can't say, which is worse. On one hand, okay, Linda Hamilton's back, but I don't care for the characters. Arnold talking about, drapery and curtains and drinking Coronas in the back, and that his name's Carl. Tim Miller being a dick. Star Wars, The Force Awakens, need I say more? The Last Jedi, need I say more? Rise of the Skywalker, need I say more? Oh, but we're going to, I understand. I read that, we're going to erase these films, or we're going to, take these out of the canon or whatever. But the damage has already been done. The damage has been done. Star Trek, there's not much more you can do with Star Trek. Everything's been done to death with Star Trek. Whether it be movies, spin-offs, TV shows, and the stuff I've heard about Picard, which I haven't seen, but I have no interest in watching. Oh, but Q is coming back for the second season. Who cares? It's not like Q's going to save it. John D. Lancey, who I like. Great character, but, he alone's not going to save it. Patrick Stewart's way too old. And, what else? Alien. I've seen Alien Covenant, and it's a piece of shit. Predators. It started with that. Oh, but, look how great that was with Adrian Brody and his big nose. But I remember when that came out, you had some people say, oh, this is better than Predator 2. Yet that film, Predators, redid a lot of stuff from the first movie. It's a reboot, pretty much. It's just repeating the same beats of the original. The Predator, don't get me started. I hate that movie. I saw it when it came out. I don't know why. Thomas Jane is god-awful in that. Big fan of Thomas Jane, but, his character's talking about fucking aardvarks and shit. The lead character didn't care about Boyd Holbrook, whatever his name was. And you wonder why, franchises like that, Alien and Predator, are just going nowhere. And, what else? Ghostbusters, let's bring up that. And Paul Feig and him going off on Twitter and how garbage that film was. It's not... Is it one of the worst... maybe in terms of reboots, Yeah. Even though I've seen Elm Street remake, and that's one of the worst remakes, but remakes, reboots, really, it's all in the same. It's the same family. No matter how much people try to, separate the two, remake, reboot, it's all in the same family. Uh, but now the new one is legacy sequel. I'm tired of that. Everything's now's got to be a legacy sequel or a continuation. But now the hot term is legacy sequel. Yeah, a piss on the legacy. A piss on the legacy of Predator, Terminator, Alien, Star Wars, Star Trek. And yeah, I mean, even Star Wars, that could be a whole topic, just a whole video about that and The Last Jedi and how much that, you know, was a piece of shit and just garbage. Um, the Ninja Turtles, the 2014 film I've seen. Unfortunately, I'm not watching the second one. I mean, in the first 5 minutes of the 2014 film, you have Megan Fox jumping up and down on the trampoline with her titties in her face. Like, she's April O'Neil. In the first 5 minutes, you get her jumping up and down on the trampoline. And the turtles look like, Shrek, fugly looking Goombas. It's like if Shrek fucked a Goomba and Bulletproof. If they were Bulletproof, Shrek, inbred Goombas, that's what they are. And you got other franchises too that just, the Expendables, which I love the first movie, and that took a nosedive. Talk about a franchise that could have been good. I know people are going to say, well, you talk about throwbacks and this and that. But The Expendables, the first film was really good. Then again, it just took a nosedive after the first film. I mean, and like I said, I know the hot topic thing, the hot thing right now is this He-Man and what's going on with that, and Kevin Smith, and again, I'm not going to sit here and say and go into He-Man because I'm not all too familiar with the characters, so I can't say. I don't have a lot to say. I don't have a lot of skin in the game, but I know a lot of people are pissed, but this is not the first time. And it just bothers me that it's like no matter how many times they do it, there seems to be no end in sight. That, we have to, bait people, with these franchises and characters that we grew up with and love, and then do the switch. And then and then from what I understand, I could be wrong, like, I thought I saw maybe Kevin Smith on Twitter is like, he's only picking out the good reviews and, hiding or blocking, any critical reviews. And maybe I'm wrong about that. I'm not sure. I don't follow Kevin Smith on Twitter. I love Clerks. When you talk about Kevin Smith, have I seen a lot of his stuff? No. But I do enjoy Clerks. I have it on Blu-ray. I do have Mallrats as well. I also have Dogma. I don't have Clerks 2. I'm just trying to go off the top of my head. I like Kevin Smith, but after the stuff that I'm hearing about He-Man, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of... I don't know what I can really add. And the fact that no one's taking accountability, whether it be Kevin Smith or whether it be the studios or, the heads in charge, filmmakers, actors. It seems like once in a while, yeah, we'll get something good. But that's every once in a while. Every once in a blue moon, we'll get a gem. A good movie, one good movie out of 1,000. I know that's subjective. I mean, even if I look at this year, I haven't seen too many movies, but okay, I enjoyed Nobody. Really good, which I did pick up the Blu-ray. Mortal Kombat sucked. That's another franchise that they Marvel-fied, if you want to say. And I already did a rant on that. But just, and I know someone might say, well, you're not really going off as usual, or I'm not really going nuts here. Because I know a lot of people could do it better. There's a lot of people out there that have done better rants. There's a lot of people right now that are mad about He-Man, and I wish I had more skin in the game when it comes to that. But I'm more frustrated at the fact that it keeps happening. It's a dead horse that we've beaten to death, that we've been vocal about over the years, whether on YouTube, whether it be me and my friends, and you can look at different platforms, Twitter, what have you. That we're always, and they say that we're toxic. No, we're just fed up. How about that? We're fed up with the garbage that you're spewing out. We're fed up with the bullshit. Do better. Well, someone's going to say, well, there's nothing original anymore. Well, be creative. If only the effort that you put into, what you're doing now, if only you could put in the effort, to being more creative, thinking outside the box, then maybe we wouldn't be as mad. Maybe we wouldn't be as vocal and outraged and fed up. How about that? Or create your own, but they don't want to do that. They just want to use the known IPs and properties and characters, and then switch people, and then bait people, and then, fool people. Because if they were to create their own and then use that to promote politics, what have you, and their agendas, if you will, they're not going to go anywhere. They're going to be, forgotten. They're going to be disregarded. But if they use a known property, a known character, whatever the case, that people are going to say, okay, there's a new Terminator film. And that's another thing I'm getting tired of too. Just because there's a new Star Wars film, new Star Trek film, Terminator film, that doesn't mean that I should automatically like it and that I should automatically embrace it. And that's just part of the casual mindset, I guess, that as long as we get something new, a new Star Trek film, new Star Wars film, new Ghostbusters, which I know we got Ghostbusters Afterlife coming out. I'm not sure about that. Right now I'm just so indifferent, with Ghostbusters Afterlife. Yeah, it could be better than the 2016 film, but who's to say? It may have a little bit more heart, but I can't say for sure. And I just don't. I mean, I just look at what they've done before and what they keep doing. But we're the problem, right? Just like this, it's the same old thing of blaming your customers for your product, your bullshit. We're toxic. We're toxic. No, you just keep putting out bullshit. You keep going to the well of nostalgia, and then you trick people. You fool people into, your movies because we remember these things. And you wonder why so many people are mad. If only you could put in the effort, as much effort as whatever the case, examples that I've already mentioned, as much effort as you put into that, you can put it into something more creative. Think outside the box. Put your effort towards somewhere else. But that's not going to happen. That's just wishful thinking. That's just, that's too high of hopes. That's just high hopes. What am I talking about? Yeah, again, what am I talking about here? I don't even know why, you know, again, I don't know where this rant's going, but I know someone's going to say, well, my voice doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Well, that's fine. I'm sure it doesn't. And there's a lot of people out there, that people can do it better, articulate better, convey better. But I'm just tired of the fact that no one's taking accountability. Whether it be studios, filmmakers, actors, writers, what have you. That no one's taking basic responsibility, accountability for what they're putting out and what they're doing to these franchises and characters. That's what bugs me the most. And that I'm not acting, yeah, and I know someone's going to say, well, oh, here's another white guy wearing a white t-shirt. That's double the white rage. Fuck it then. Fuck it. That's double the rage of a white man wearing a white t-shirt. No, I wear white because it's hot. It's summertime. I wear a lot of white t-shirts. I have a few of them. I can show you. I have like 4 of these. I wear a lot of white in the summer. It's hot. But, yeah, so I don't know what else to say here. Yeah, I'm not going like as crazy as maybe I have in the past, but I'm just tired of it, man. Yeah, I could probably really go off and, go into a rage, but I'm just sick of it. And so anyways, I'll just wrap up here. I'm done. And I think, a lot of people are just fed up. Maybe you're the ones that, oh, we're toxic. Oh, we're just haters. No, we're just people that are tired of it. We're people that are tired of the garbage that you keep putting out and the way that these properties and characters are being thrown under the bus. How about create your own? Is that so hard? Well, everything's been done. Then do better. Be more creative. Think outside the box. There's plenty of ideas out there. There's plenty of things that you can do. Concepts, what have you, stories. I'm sure my friends up here can come up with stories. I can come up with a story. It may not be the 100% most original, but it's the effort that counts. But effort has gone out the window. When it comes to Hollywood, effort has gone out the window when it comes to filmmakers and writers and directors and actors. Because no one's a star anymore. No one stands out. And maybe I'm going into a tangent here. I'm sure a lot of people have probably stopped watching. But, Hollywood overall, I'm just tired. I'm tired of the bullshit. So I don't know what I don't know what else to say here. I'm just going to keep maybe repeating stuff. But, hope you guys enjoyed this rambling rant. Yeah, so that's all I have for now. Thank you for watching. And fuck Hollywood.